Welcome to Hard Hats, High Heels. I'm your host, Hannah Inman, and today my co-host is none other than Mavi. Say hi to the folks at home, Mavi. Sit up like a big boy. Can you say Happy Thanksgiving?
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Today we are going to give you a couple helpful tips to make your holiday this Thanksgiving a little bit more festive.
Hey, Mom, are we going to be on TV?
We're actually going to be on people's computers.
No!
Yes!
Yes!
So cool. But before we tell you the helpful tips, I want to say a big thank you to Bankers Trust, KDC Built, Garden Grunt, and Mimi and T Photography. Because without them, we wouldn't be here sharing these tips with you. So, Mavi, what do you love about Thanksgiving?
Well, I love all the decorations, all the flavors, and most of all, I love the food.
Good! Well, that's good. And Mommy makes good food, right?
Yes.
That's right. But what does Mommy need before she makes the good food?
Well, you need...
I need something to drink. What is it that I usually like in the morning?
Coffee.
So sometimes you want something a little bit more festive than your just normal Black Joe. And, you know, some of those coffee chains have great little lattes called pumpkin spice lattes, but they are full of calories, and let's face it, we don't need to add to the calorie load on Thanksgiving. Luckily, I found a great recipe, and it's here on the blog, that you just take the pumpkin spice latte, you cut the calories in half, you have all the flavors, but it's a little bit more healthy for you. So, the first thing you do is when you're brewing your coffee, you take your regular coffee grinds, ground beans, and you mix in a little pumpkin pie spice. Check out the recipe on our blog or on our Pinterest board, and you will see how much, but you mix it in and you brew your coffee like normal. Then what you do is you take the coffee cup and you take some normal, organic, 100% pure maple syrup, the real stuff, and you want to smell it? It smells really good. Ooh, yeah. And then you drizzle this over the bottom of your coffee cup. Just cover the whole bottom, maybe a little bit extra if you like it a little bit sweet. Then you take your coffee that has that pumpkin spice scent, sort of brewed in flavor, and you just pour it in about halfway up. Then when you're done with that, you take the favorite kind of milk. I choose almond milk because it's a lot less calories and it's just a little bit better for you. And if you're trying to be clean, this is a good alternative for you. Otherwise, do your favorite milk, whether it's non-fat milk, 2% or whole, and you just pour that in. And there you go. It smells absolutely divine. You want to smell it? Mm-hmm. Has great flavor and just a festive way to start the day. You may want something a little bit harder than your normal Joe. Maybe you want to have a champagne drink to celebrate the day. What I like to do on Thanksgiving is recognize one of the other great flavors, and that is cranberries. So what I do, yep, here, you want to hold this? Sure. It's a pretty color, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can take this and dredge it in water and then roll it in sugar, especially like raw sugar that has a little bit more grit, and then freeze it on parchment paper in your freezer.
And I want to say something. These kind of look really pretty. And they can be any kind of color, like they can be like black or red.
Well, usually they're red.
Yeah.
Cranberries are usually red because that's the flavor that we want to have. So if you dredge them in the raw sugar, you put them on parchment paper and then put them in the freezer.
And these are really fragile.
And then what you do is you take those and you put them in the bottom of your champagne glass. The freezing of them, what that does is it actually makes it almost like a natural ice cube without diluting the flavor of your champagne drink. And then you metal it. I like to use the bottom of a utensil and just sort of push it down. So you're releasing some of the flavor and some of the juice, but you're keeping the integrity of the berry. So once you do that, you take your favorite, whether it's Prosecco, sparkling white wine, or champagne, and you just top it off like a normal mimosa. So you have the tartness of the cranberry, and you have the sweetness of the sugar, and the freezing of the berry just makes it a little bit colder. Another great way. 2 very light snacks to welcome your guests with. I'm going to let Mavi show you how to make the first one. This is another Pinterest recipe. So what we have here is a beautiful beautiful bowl of raspberries. And this is pretty beautiful on its own, but we have a way to make it better. Mavi, do you want to show them how to do that?
Yes.
So what do you do, buddy?
you take a cranberry,
These are raspberries.
raspberries, and you take a chocolate chip, and you put it in that little hole, and then you take another raspberry that's not filled with chocolate chip, and you put it in there, and you do that, and then you eat it.
That's right. So, you know, when you get the raspberries, they have that nice little hole in it. You take your chocolate chip, whether it's dark chocolate, which would be fabulous, white chocolate, you put it with the tip side down, and it just makes this natural little hole, and it's just beautiful, simple, and you put it in the bowl like that. So what that does is just give you a nice little snack, light, and it's really elegant and beautiful, don't you think?
Yes.
You want to try one?
Sure.
And this is a great one to help have your preschooler help you with because it's easy to assemble and they're just so good at that. Super good, right? Mm-hmm. So the other thing to keep it light and airy before you have that heavy meal, but you know, to satiate yourself, we have this great bowl. And it doesn't have to be a glass bowl, it can be anything. And I filled it with clementines and then also
tangerines and nuts.
Tangerines and then also nuts. And these are chestnuts. I thought after I was done I could roast them for an evening snack after we're done. Or you could use almonds or walnuts and have maybe the
almonds.
Yep, and maybe have the cracker, the nut cracker right here. And it just adds
nutcracker?
Yeah.
What's that even for?
So you can crack the nuts and enjoy it. Isn't that neat?
Yeah.
And that is a beautiful way to not only have a decoration, but to have a nice light snack that people can help themselves to while we prepare Thanksgiving dinner. So Maddie, before we go, tell the folks at home, what are you thankful for?
I'm thankful for my family, and I'm thankful for my mom, my dad, my sister, my cousins,
Well, great.
and my house and my food.
That's great. And what are you most looking forward? What food are you most looking forward to?
Chicken and gravy on top of it.
Gravy, yummy. Thanks again to Bankers Trust, Garden Grunt, Katie Seabilt, and Mimi and T. They let us share these tips with you. We hope you have a happy Thanksgiving and stay tuned to our blog all week as we update classic recipes. We've already done cranberry sauce. We hear green bean casserole and sweet potatoes are next. See you later.
Hey folks at home, do you like my shirt?
All right.
And
Ready?
look, it has something on the back.
It's a sit stay. All right, Mommy's turn. Ready?
And there's a piece on.
It does have a piece in right there. All right, ready? Mommy's
Yeah.
gonna start.